Yo, what's up guys, it's ApTreX here. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at quite possibly the biggest update of Winlator Android ever released till now. Well, before getting started, the timing of this update couldn't have been better because I had just ordered the Realme GT 7 Pro which has Snapdragon 8 Elite processor for emulator testing videos on my channel, and it will be arriving today. I cannot wait to test out this emulator on that Android device and play games like GTA 5, Watch Dogs and lot more. So make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on all notification and comment down below which game should I test out on that Android device, because finally in the Winlator Android 9.0 update, native driver support has been added, which means best performance, best compatibility. Before we test it out, let me explain what actually has changed. Added a new graphics driver known as vortek. Now basically vortek is an universal graphics driver just like Virgil. As far as I know, it works on all Android devices including unsupported Snapdragon processor Android devices, unsupported Adreno GPU, Mali GPU and lot more. We already saw Winlator Alpha version running games at 60 FPS on Snapdragon 8 Elite. So finally getting this update has to be the best thing that has happened so far in emulation community. Added option to add components as well, for example box 64 turnip DXVK just like we have in Winlator Glypsy, improved ALSA plugin, improved force full screen option useful for low resolution game, updated box 64 to latest 0.3.2, added workaround for the following game Ghost Song, performance improvements on X server and other fix. Before you add this version of Winlator on your Android device, you will have to remove the previous version of Winlator or else it will not work. Once you add the latest version of Winlator 9.0 and open it on your Android device, tap on the allow button, and as far as I know, minimum requirements for this emulator are Android version 12 or 10 or above. I am not really sure, the developer hasn't mentioned, but I think you can try it out on Android version 10. Along with that 4 to 6 GB of RAM, and that's about it. Because of the new vortek graphics driver, we'll be testing out lot of games on Snapdragon 8 Elite. Anyways, here we go. Once the loading is complete, let's go to settings and here choose the box 64 preset as 0.3.2. We also get preferred input API option where we can choose X input, D input or both. We'll keep it as both. In terms of box 64 preset, we'll go to performance, duplicate this preset, edit it and make sure to set the save flags level to 0 and then tap on the OK button. Other than that, we'll just go ahead and create a container and see what's new in the creating container sections. I don't think anything is new here except for the turnip driver, so we'll go with resolution 800 by 600. Now guys, here's the main thing. In terms of graphics driver, you'll see a brand new section known as vortek universal, turnip Adreno as well as Virgil universal. Now as usual, we use turnip Adreno driver, but vortek is especially for devices which are not compatible in Winlator. For example, Snapdragon 6s Gen 3, 7s Gen 3, 8s Gen 3 or even Snapdragon 8 Elite or even Mali GPU Android devices which do not work in Winlator Android can now use the vortek graphics driver for best performance possible. Now I'll be testing out vortek graphics driver once I get my Snapdragon 8 Elite Android device, but for today's video we'll go with turnip Adreno. 24.3.0 is available. The developer has not added the latest versions, but obviously as I mentioned before, you can import newer versions of turnip drivers as well or older versions. So currently there are only two drivers available, the old 24.2.0 and 23.3. Anyways, we'll go with 24.3.0, tap on OK. Afterwards, in terms of DX wrapper, let's see if we have new wrappers, and surely enough we have DXVK 1.7.2. so yeah, that's pretty cool, but we'll go with 2.4.1. frame rate is uncapped, device memory is no limit, custom device we can set it according to our preferences. Now this is pretty cool feature. You can choose the GPU name of the system for the emulator, but we'll keep it as none, not really necessary. In terms of GPU name, keep it as NVIDIA GTX 480. Set the video memory size as 4 GB. Other than that, everything can be kept as default. We'll go to advanced section here, choose the performance preset. Windows version, make sure to set it as Windows 7. Even Windows 11 support has been added. In terms of startup selection, we'll go with aggressive, 5 cores for 32-bit applications, and in terms of drives, let me add my game folder. Once everything has been set up, we'll simply tap on the enter button and create our brand new container. We'll tap on the run button to start up this emulator and see how well does it work. But let me tell you guys, I'll be uploading dedicated gameplay videos of any games that you want me to test out in this version of Winlator. We'll also be hosting comparisons between Winlator 9.0 versus 8.0 versus Winlator Glypsy. So a lot of content is heading your way, and hence why make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on all notifications so you don't miss out on those videos. For today's video, we'll be trying out Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, not GTA 5, and that's because I want to make a dedicated gameplay test video where I give you guys the best settings for GTA 5 so that you get best performance, and also will be testing it out shortly on my Realme GT7 Pro as well. So that will be pretty interesting. Let's go to input controls and enable virtual gamepad. And here we go, after waiting for few seconds, our game has successfully booted. I have heard that the vortek graphics driver gives amazing performance like 60 FPS on many unsupported GPUs. So that's what I would like to test out on my Mali GPU Android device as well pretty soon. I think day after tomorrow. So don't miss that out guys. And here we go guys, our game has successfully started. Just take a look at this top left corner, almost 40 FPS. Winlator is definitely the best Windows emulator for Android devices because of its optimizations, compatibility and bug fixes. The main developer keeps on improving this emulator, and I have been covering this emulator specifically since its version 1.0. There we go, our game has successfully started. Let's try out some attacks, and as you will be able to see, almost stable 20 to 25 FPS on Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. This is a AAA game that was released just few months ago, and it is already playable on Android devices. And just take a look at this, everything is working smoothly. If you use other emulators like Horizon or Winlator Glypsy or even Winlator Antutu benchmark build, you will definitely not get the stability of the official Winlator Android. Anyways, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on all notification as I upload similar videos on my channel. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye and peace out.